This particular one doesn't have any. Next item, we're going to go through the license, and you have to actually accept the license, and then go ahead and click next. And for most of the install process, it's going to be very much, other than these few additional features, it's going to be very much like the old installer, and the rest of the things that are happening are actually happening in the background. So the automatic rollback on error and those sorts of things are happening in the background. So one of the things that we have worked really hard on, and Charles Nurse has spent a lot of time on this, is ensuring that existing modules who don't support the new manifest format and existing skins that don't have a manifest will continue to install properly. This should be a non-breaking change. If you have access to the beta or to one of the pre-releases or even the release and you find a module that will not install but it would install on an old version, please let us know. We want to fix that. This should not be something that forces module developers to come out with a new version. If they're going to come out with a new version, we want it to be because they want to take advantage of some of the new features like the ULO, like the release notes, things like that. You know, we want to put some compelling reasons for them to upgrade, not just because we decided to break something. Okay? So please let us know if your modules or skins are breaking and we will fix it. So that basically completes the installation part. So how many people so far, I mean, we can't go into all the features, but I think those are a couple of them so you can get a general flavor for what's coming in 5.0. A lot of what we've done has been geared at administrators and stuff that's really sort of root level, if you will, because we really needed that for some of the later features that we want to build. So we really needed to get some of the foundational stuff done for the 5.0 release so that we could then start focusing on some of the bigger items like workflow and localization. So how many people here have liked so far what they've seen in DNN 5? And how many people here would like access to DNN 5, if I could give it to you today? Okay, so what we've done for everybody who's at the show today is we have set up an RSVP code so that you can go on DotNetNuke.com today and you'll be able to get added to the beta tester role for beta 5 and can they read that?
Does everybody know how to use the RSVP code?
B5.
Okay, so to use the RSVP code, there's two methods. I'll show you both of them. They're really quick. First method, you have to log on to the site. None of this will work if you don't log on first. So log on to the site and go to your registered user account page. So once you're on your user account page, if I wasn't an admin, yeah. You want me to go on to the okay. I just don't want the internet. So are there, while we're waiting for DotNetNuke.com to come up so I can walk you through this. Any questions so far on DNN 5 or any questions so far about what we've seen? Yes, sir.
Framework version?
Framework version?
Framework version is
2.0 still. We're not forcing an upgrade to 3.0 or 3.5 yet. We want to give people a chance to start playing with Visual Studio 2008 and a chance for the hosters to get all of their stuff moved up and really know that we're getting good penetration out there, and then we'll move to 3.5. Yes, sir.
What about from an installation, upgrade standpoint? Obviously, the goal was to keep it seamless. Have you guys even gotten there yet?
Yeah. So, like actually in DNN 4.8, we had a press release that we now support Visual Studio 2008. So basically, there's two areas that we had to change. One of them was we have to support two different solution files now because they're not compatible with one another. So in the root web folder, we have a VS 2008 and a VS 2005 solution file, and you would pick the one that's appropriate for your environment. And we keep them synchronized with one another based on the changes to the platform. The other area was in order to run with IIS 7, which is part of the VS 2008 launch and Windows Server 2008. We had to make some modifications to the application so that it could run in the new integrated pipeline mode. So that's already supported today. So there were no really significant changes that we had to make to the platform to accommodate ASP.NET 3.5.
Somehow you read my mind, because that was actually question 3. What I meant to was as far as upgrading 4 to 5.
Yeah, just like any time, just like in the past, we do need to perform some more testing around that, but the intent is that there will be a seamless upgrade path. Yeah, we don't leave anybody behind.
Leaving the DNN behind.
So, okay, so once you're logged in, I've got Brian Andrews logged in here, so we won't do anything to you, Brian. So try to keep your account with all its trade information. So once you log in to DotNetNuke.com, and hopefully our internet access will continue to be stable for us here for a couple minutes, and you go to your user registration page, there is actually a tab on there, and I believe it's like the fourth and very last tab on that page that will give you access to the RSVP code. Let's see if it's going to come up in a reasonable amount of time here. Brian, did you stick this ad on this page with your name? Is that what happened here? So, trust me, it will get there eventually, but for whatever reason, the internet has been really slow here all day, and I do apologize for that. But while we're waiting for this page to load up, yes, sir?
In 5.0, have you looked at rendering on mobile devices in a different one? Instead of the full page, a mobile page?
We have not specifically done anything to prevent you from having a skin that is targeted at a mobile page. So if you can render it in HTML and put a module on that page using the text module, you can do whatever you want. So have we specifically targeted mobile devices? No.
The layout CSS does, because it uses amps, scale it down to a very small thing and it maintains it. So if you go all the way
Why didn't you?
24 down to but I mean, it wasn't specifically designed for that, just by using amps.
Okay, so what we're going to do instead of waiting here, if you just go to and I think we've got the URL up there. Can you show that? If you just go to the OpenForce Connect ASPX on the OpenForce 08 website, we'll put actual instructions up there later tonight so you can get this rather than take up more time here. Because I'd rather get to the other stuff. I mean, we've got a lot of stuff to give away. Our sponsors have been very generous to us. So rather than focus on this, I'd rather get to the giveaway.
So one of the other things that Mike Webb just asked me to do is we all really appreciate that Microsoft let us have this room for this conference. And one of the obligations that we have in order to perhaps have a renewal of this conference another time is we need evaluation forms filled out for your experience that you had today. So we're going to come around handing out evaluation forms. It'd be much appreciated if you could fill those out. It greatly increases the chance of us having an event like this in the future.
And also, just remember that Microsoft is having other giveaways for those people who hand in their eval, so make sure you get them in. There are other giveaways that are going on this afternoon.
No, those are done.
Oh, those are done. Oh, man. Never mind. So give them because you're kind to us for no other reason.
Don't forget
Activate the RSVP coalition and hand in the survey.
Was that just?
we're going to actually grade the best session of the whole conference. One thing, vote for individuals, make sure you make the .NET Nuke designation in there to properly represent